Dear students, in this video I am going to start numerical solution of initial value problem. Okay. So what is the initial value problem? First question is this. So an initial value problem is basically a differential equation. So suppose we have a differential equation, say phi of x, y, y dash, y double dash. This is equals to say 0. This is a differential equation. Just take an example, say y double dash plus minus 5 dy by dx plus say 2x square y is equals to say 0. We have this equation, for example, say, or any other function here or any other constant here. So suppose 0. Okay, so this is the differential equation. Now when you solve this differential equation, so since this is a second order differential equation, so you will have two constants, say c1 and c2. Okay, so when you write the solution of this equation, then basically we have solution of this form: c1 some function of x f1 plus c2 some function of x. Here this may be e raised to the power x. So I am not finding the exact solution, but I am just writing the solution type: c1 some function of x, c2 some function of x, where c1 and c2 are unknowns or arbitrary constants. So to find out these, you need two conditions. Two conditions required. Okay, so now these two conditions may be of this kind. Suppose y at say 0 is given to you, say some value a, constant value. Y at y dash 0 is also given to you, say b. This is one of the way, so that we have two conditions. So two conditions are there. Second is, say y at 0 is a and y at say 1 is b. This is another way. Okay, so if we are having this kind of conditions where both these conditions are given at the same point, 0 0 0 0, same point, and so this differential equation 1 along with this condition, so suppose this is denoted by a, this is denoted by b, then a plus b is known as initial value problem when both these conditions are given at the same point. However, if we have condition of this form, both these conditions are given at different points, 0 and 1, both are different. Hence, this is a plus c is called boundary value problem. So this is initial value problem, this is boundary value problem. Fine. So now here our target in this unit is to solve this kind of problems. Okay, so here we are writing differential equation like a function phi x y y dash y double dash y m equal to 0. Here x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable, and y1 y2 ym, they are the derivatives of different orders up to m. Okay, so an ODE is linear. Now here this differential equation may be linear or non-linear. So the unknown function, so this is called linear if the unknown function and its derivatives appear to power 1, and no product of unknown function and or its derivative. That means unknown function and its derivative must be of single power and there is no product involving unknown function y and its derivatives as a product. Fine. So here otherwise ODE is non-linear. So these are the examples. First example is this: dy by dx minus y is equal to e raised to the power x. Second example is this d2y by dx2 minus 5 dy by dx plus 2x square y is equal to cos x. Both are linear because here the power of dy by dx is 1, the power of y is 1, and there is no product. Similarly, in this equation, here the power or the degree is 1, here the degree of this is 1, here the power is 1, and there is no product between y dash and y double dash. That's why linear. However, the third example is non-linear because here we have d2y by dx2 with degree 3. That means power 3. That's why this is non-linear due to this term. So these are the examples. Now here sometimes we can solve the differential equation very easily using the available deterministic methods, but sometimes we are not able to solve the problems using existing deterministic methods. Then we can apply numerical methods. Okay, so here solution of a differential equation is basically what? A solution to a differential equation is a function that satisfies the equation. For example, we have taken a simple equation dy by dx plus y is equal to 0. Its solution is given by this, y is equal to e raised to the power minus x plus c. So now to find out the c, we need conditions. So if condition is given to you, then you can easily find out the solution. Okay. Similarly, this is the canonical form of a differential equation. So canonical form of a differential equation of form 1 can be of the form this. Here we have taken highest power derivative in the left hand side and rest of the terms in the right hand side. Okay. Just like this. So the canonical form will be d2y by dx2 is equal to minus 4y. Then we will solve this equation and then its solution is given by this. Okay. Now if you solve the differential equation, so just as I have already told you, we need two type of conditions, either initial conditions or either boundary conditions. If initial conditions are given to you like this, we have a differential equation with initial conditions 0 and 0, y at 0 is 1, y dash 0 is 2.5. So this type of problem is known as initial value problem, and these conditions are known as initial conditions. Similarly, we have boundary conditions like this. Same equation you will see, same equation we have, but the conditions are different. Y at 0 is 1, y at 2 is 1.5. Here the conditions are given at two different points 0 and 2. Here we have the conditions at the same point 0, 0. That's why these are the initial conditions, these are the boundary conditions. Okay, and this differential equation along with these boundary conditions, they are known as boundary value problem. Fine. Now the analytical solution of ODE. Analytical solution to ODE are available for linear ODE and special classes of non-linear differential equations. Okay, so these are the methods which you can which you have already studied in differential equations. So but there are equations which cannot be handled by those existing solutions or methods. For example, this is a simple equation, y dash is equal to x square plus y square minus a square, but due to this y square term, this becomes non-linear equation, and this is difficult to find the solution with the help of existing analytical method. So in that case, we can apply numerical methods. So numerical solutions. So first term is the numerical solution. Numerical methods are used to obtain a graph or a table of the unknown function yx. So here we will get the solution in terms of data, either in terms of graph if you plot the graph, or either in terms of table if you are not interested in the graph. Okay, so here we have solution either in terms of graph or in terms of table. Okay, second point is that most of the numerical methods used to solve ODE are based directly, very important point, directly or indirectly on the truncated Taylor series. That means basically we are expanding our equation with the help of a Taylor series. So we are using basically Taylor series, and when we are extending this Taylor series is basically truncated either at the say linear order. We are considering only the linear up to the linear order, then we have one method. If you are truncated it up to second order, then we have another method like that. So we are having basically Taylor series, and we are truncated that Taylor series at various levels and getting different methods. Okay. So now broadly the numerical methods can be divided into two parts. So classical classification of numerical methods for solving ODE. So broadly you can divide the numerical methods into two categories. One is single step methods, another one is multi-step methods. What is single step methods? So you can easily understood the single step method through this graph. So what we will do that, suppose you are solving a differential equation. So basically we have already told you that we will get the solution in terms of data. So basically what we will do that we will discretize the domain. Suppose this is the domain of the problem. Some differential equation is given to you and we are interested the solution in this domain. Suppose this is A, this is B. So we will discretize the domain. So you can see we have discretized the domain. Finally, at some point, suppose this is xi, here is xi minus 1, here is xi plus 1. Okay. So if, because either in here we are considering the initial value problem, so some values are given to you. That means suppose here the values are given to you, this means known. This shows that we have some known values. Now we will use these values and follow the method, and then finally we will predict this value. We will predict this value. This is known and this is predicted value of y. Here we have y, here we have y, here we have x. Okay. Now once we have predicted this value, then we will use this and then predict the next value, this. Okay. Similarly this, and so on. In general, we will predict the value step by step, and finally you will see that we have the pattern like this. We have this type of pattern. That means single step method. The next method, this next solution basically depends upon the previous solution. That means previous step solution. That's why single step. Okay, so that's why single step. So the value at xi is evaluated with the help of the value obtained at xi minus 1, and the value of xi minus 1 is obtained with the help of the value obtained in the previous step. That's why they depends on the single step, and that's why this method is known as single step. However, in multi-step methods, estimates of the solution at a particular step are based on information on more than one point. That means to predict the value at xi plus 1, that means we are interested in y at xi plus 1. To predict this value, basically we will use, for example, previous either 2 or more than 2 step values. For example, here to predict yxy plus 1, we will use yi, yi minus 1, yi minus 2. These three values are used to find out the solution at this point. Fine. So these are known as multi-step methods. This is basically the three-step method, which we have shown here. This is three-step method. We have used previous 3 steps solution to predict the next one. Okay. So this is the classification. Fine. So now here, comparison of single step and multi-step method. What is the comparison? What is the advantage and disadvantages? Okay. So the single step method used only previous computation results. However, multi-step method use several past computation results computed by another method. Fine. Second one, The major disadvantage of single step method is that they use many more evaluations of the derivative to attain the same degree of accuracy compared with the multi-step method. So in single step method, basically computation is high and we will use the derivatives to obtain the solution which is obtained by the multi-step method. So in multi-step method, basically we will use less derivatives. However, in single step methods, we will use the derivative terms. So this is the bifurcation or the say classification. Okay. Note, numerical methods will yield the solution of ODE in one of the two forms. We have already discussed. We will get a series of y in terms of power of x, from which the value of y can be obtained by direct substitution. So in this category we have Picard's method and Taylor series method. So in these we will get the solution in terms of series. Second is we will get a table. So in this category we have Euler's method, Runge-Kutta method, Adams-Bashforth method or Milne predictor corrector method. So either we get solution in terms of a series or either we will get a solution in terms of table. So if we are getting a series, then we have two methods, Picard's and Taylor's. In terms of table, we have these methods like Euler's, Runge-Kutta, Adams-Bashforth and Milne predictor method. I think you understand the difference between these methods. So here in this unit, we will discuss the methods. List of numerical methods. Suppose we have this differential equation y dash is equal to f of xy, where y at x naught is y naught. Then to solve this ODE, we will have these methods: Taylor series method, Picard's method, Euler's method, Euler's modified method, Euler's improved method, Runge-Kutta method of order 1, 2, 3 or 4, then Milne predictor and corrector method, Adams-Bashforth method, Adams-Moulton method. So like these we have methods. So we will discuss these methods one by one. Okay. So today we will discuss only Taylor series method. So what is Taylor series method? So suppose we have this differential equation dy by dx is f of xy with initial condition y at x naught is y naught. This is equation number 1. Now target is to solve this equation with the help of Taylor series. So if yx is the exact solution of 1, then yx can be expanded into a Taylor series about the point x equal to x naught as. So we will expand this yx because our target is to find out yx and x naught is already given to you. So we will use this information to expand this. So now just as adding and subtracting x naught, so we get y x naught plus x minus x naught. Okay, so you can see this last two terms as like h. So x naught plus h. So now expand this about x naught. So the Taylor series will be y at x naught plus h. This is h. So x minus x naught, first derivative of y at point x naught, plus h square. So x minus x naught whole square divided by factorial 2. Second derivative at x naught plus x minus x naught cube divided by factorial 3. Third derivative at x naught and so on. This is equation number 2. Okay. But what is f? What is y? This y dash is already given to you because we need y dash, y double dash, y triple dash. So now find out these values. So here y dash is already given to you as f of xy. So now differentiate this because you need second derivative. So d by dx of y dash is y double dash, which is nothing but d by dx of f of xy. This is a function of two variable. So now use partial derivatives. Y double dash is, so just differentiate f with respect to x. So df by dx, then multiply by dx by dx plus del f by del y, then dy by dx. Okay, so this is the partial derivative. So now here dx by dx means 1. So we have del f by del x plus here this and this. What is dy by dx? Dy by dx is basically f. So this is f and then del f by del y. In operator form, this can be rewritten as del by del x plus f del f by del y, and this f and f, they are commonly written here. So this is basically the differential operator. So d by dx of y double dash, because this can be written as this, d by dx of y dash. This is equal to this del by del x plus f del by del y f. And y dash is nothing but f. So this is f. So d by dx of f is equal to del by del x of plus f del by del y of f. If you compare operators, then d by dx is basically this, del by del x plus f del by del y. Now we will use this to find out the next higher order derivatives. Like this, third derivative of y is equal to d by dx of second derivative of y. But d by dx according to this is del by del x plus f del by del y. And y double dash we have already obtained here, this del f by del x plus f del f by del y, that means this or this. So we have written here. Now term by term differentiate. So del by del x of this complete bracket. So what we will get? Del 2f by del x2. So just operate this on this bracket. So just here we get this. Now when you operate here, so what you will get? We have two functions here. So just partially differentiate with respect to del by del x. So first derivative of this will give you del by f by del x, del f by del y plus. Now f becomes constant, and now differentiate this by del x. So we get del 2f by del x del y plus. Now operate this on this. So we get f del 2f by del y del x. Now operate this on the second term. So we get f square del 2f by del y2. When we take f as constant, so f into f will provide you f square, and del by del y operate on this, we will get this plus. Now take f, this f is here, and now operate this del by del y on this here. Now this can be taken outside. So when you operate here, so we will get del f by del y, multiply by del f by del y, so we get del f by del y whole square. Okay, and so on. So this is the procedure. This is equation number 4. So now putting x equal to x naught, y equal to y naught in expressions for y dash, y double dash, y triple dash, and substitute these in equation number 2. Okay, we get a power series solution for yx in powers of x minus x naught. That means we get solution of this form. And finally, just put x equal to x naught plus h. When you put x equal to x naught plus h, so what you will get? So remember this one. Suppose this is your x naught. This is already given to you, y naught here. Okay, so now you put x naught plus h. This will give you x1. The distance between these two is h. So this will predict y1. Once you are having y1, then use this information to get solution at this point, that means y2, and so on. Fine. So put x equal to x naught plus h, that means x1 herein. So we get y at x1 is equal to, this is basically, this is denoted by y1, which is equal to y naught plus this will be h, this will be y dash naught plus this will be h square by factorial 2, second derivative of y at 0, x0, and so on. After this, now you are having y1. So now you have to evaluate y1 first derivative, y1 second derivative, y1 third derivative, and then substitute these values in this equation. So we get y2. y2 is equal to basically y1 plus h, y1 dash plus h square by factorial 2, y1 double dash plus h cube by factorial 3, y1 triple dash. Just like here we have y naught, now we will have y1. Here is y1, y naught dash, here we have y1 dash. Here we have y naught double dash, here we will have y1 double dash, and so on. So everywhere where x naught is used, here we will use y1 or x1. Okay, so this is the solution procedure. Now we will have a general formula. This is the general formula to predict the nth value yn. This is nothing but yn minus 1 plus h yn minus 1 dash plus h square by factorial 2 yn minus 1 double dash plus h cube by factorial 3 yn minus 1 triple dash plus and so on. So this is the general form. Okay, so let's see an example. Y dash is equal to x plus y and the condition is y at 0 is 1. So find the solution of this initial value problem using Taylor series method in the interval 0 to 0.4. Okay, the value at 0 is already given to you. So aim is to find out the values in the interval with h is equal to 0.1. So if you will see here, here the value is given to you 0 and the value is 1. So here value is 1. This value is 1. Y naught is given to you. Okay, now aim is to find out the value at 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3 and last 0 0.4, because step size h is 0.1. This step size is 0.1 already given to you. Okay, so now target is to find out this value, the value at this point. So for this use Taylor series. So according to this, put n here, n is 1, 2, 3 and so on. So put n is equal to 1 here. So y1 is y naught plus h y naught dash plus h square by factorial 2 y naught double dash plus h cube by factorial 3 y naught triple dash. So y dash is already given to you, but you need to find out second derivative and third derivative. So y dash is x plus y. Just differentiate this with respect to x. So y we will get y double dash is equal to 1 plus y dash. But y dash means what? X plus y. So 1 plus x plus y. Again differentiate this with respect to x. We get third derivative of y is equal to 1 plus. From here this will be 0. This will become 1. This will become first derivative. And this is nothing but again 1 plus x plus y. And this is nothing but this. And this is nothing but second derivative. So y double dash. So we can say that the third derivative of y is equal to second derivative of y. Similarly, the fourth derivative of y is equal to the third derivative, because when you differentiate this, so you will get fourth derivative, here you will have third derivative and so on. Now your aim is to find out y1. So for this you need this, this and this. So y at 0.1 is basically what? Y at 0.1. Y at 0.1 is basically nothing but y1. Y at 0.1 is nothing but y1. Okay. So this y1 is basically y at 0.1. 0.1 means what? The value at 0 plus 0.1. 0 is this x naught and h is this step size. So 0 plus this step size. So after this you will get 0.1. So this is nothing but 0 plus 0.1. Now use this formula. So we get y naught plus 0.1 y dash 0 plus 0.1 whole square by factorial 2 second derivative at 0 plus 0.1 cube by factorial 3 third derivative at 0 plus 0.1 raised to the power 4 divided by factorial 4 fourth derivative at 0 and so on. Now substitute the values. So here the y naught is already given to you 1. So 1. This 1. Okay, plus this 0.1, 0.1. Y dash at 0. So y dash is 0. So put y dash 0 here. So put x equal to 0 and y at 0. So this value is 0. Y at 0 is already 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So that's why the value is 0 plus 1. Okay. Plus whole square 0.1 whole square by factorial 2 second derivative. Second derivative is this 1 plus x plus y. Put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. Fine. So put x is equal to 1 plus x is 0, y is 1. Plus 0.3 whole cube by factorial 3. Third derivative. Third derivative is this, which is nothing but the second derivative. Second derivative we have already evaluated 1 plus 0 plus 1. So 1 plus 0 plus 1. So similarly the rest of the, when you simplify this, ultimately the value will be 1.11. So this is your y1. So now you have obtained this value 1.11. Now with the help of this obtain y2. y2 means y at 0.2. This is your y2. Okay. So y at 0.2 is basically क्या? ये है आपका y1 plus h y1 dash plus 0.1 whole square by factorial 2 y1 double dash and so on. And you can use these to find out y1 dash, y2 dash, y1 triple dash and so on. And finally you will get this solution 1.14205. Okay. Similarly, we have this example, another example number 2. Here we have dy by dx is 3x plus y square with condition y at 0 is 1. So here first we have differentiated this, and then we will use the value at 0 to find out the first derivative at 0, which is nothing but 1, second derivative at 0, which is nothing but 5, third derivative at 0, which is nothing but 12, fourth derivative at 0, which is nothing but 54. And then we will use this formula. Okay, here y equal to y naught plus x minus x naught y dash x naught, and put x naught is 0. Then finally we will get this series. So this is the general series. Now here you can put x is equal to say 0.1. So we will get the solution 1.127225. Similarly, when you use here 1 1 x1 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 x1, here is y1, then you can find out y2. Okay, so this is the way you can find out the solution. I think you understand the method. So this is the Taylor series method. In the next video we will discuss about the Picard's method and some other methods. Okay, thank you.